Well, there we go, that was my mistake. I just realised I was on mute for the entire stream. And that is a pain for me. As we return back to Division 4, it is Mad G on pole. And I'd like to say that was probably my best commentary of all season in the qualifying. And yeah, that is painful to say the least. As we come to the grid, I'll pull it up now, and I'll have to clip that and put the qualifying up itself. It was Mad G on pole though for the first time in Division 4 in the Red Bull. P2 is Dom, P3 is Vicar, John Mobes is in P4, double Ferrari second row, Doran in P5, P6 is Alex Haig, P7 Preb, P8 is Wakey Joe, P9 and P10 is of all V-Carb of Dylan Vince and James Z Killer. P11 was Silver Fox, P12 was Smart Operator, P13 and 14 was Two Hasses of Brass Monkeys and Redoubt. P15 is Night Creed, and in P16 and last on the grid is our championship leader Billy G. The Scot having a poor qualifying, multiple invalidations come to the end of it, and he pulls out, and he will pull into the grid box in P16, while his championship rival is P3 on the grid. As we come to the lights soon. And that was indeed perfect timing on my end there, as it's going to be off the line. Mad G will lead them away. He is going to be, however, on the hards by the looks of it. Everybody's on the hards, apart from Billy G, apart from Silver Fox, apart from Alex Haig and Preb. OWR boys, all OWR boys are on the mediums. Mad G on the hards and everybody else on the hards apart from Billy G. Oh, Dylan Vince on the mediums as well. Just picked that up. P9 is on the mediums as well. He's going to get a better start. Billy G is looking for that first stint where he needs to pull past people. He needs the extra grip over some drivers. Doesn't want to go reverse like everybody else. He needs that pace as soon as possible. And he can pull it off. He has got a lot of pace. He'll be up to Division 3 next season. Depending on how he handles the first part of the new game, of course. With the new game F125 coming out, the deep dives are already up here in the pre-order. It has came out along with that. And this could be, possibly, if it's not a good game, my final season of commentary in SFR. As we round the Canadian corners and down the old straight here in Canada, and the lake off to the left. It's a long lake. You can see it there, as if by magic it cuts to it, and there's a lake on the inside of the track as well. Nice little beach there. I've seen a couple people rate it in real life, but I have not been myself, of course. But how the pole position is here, it's probably better to be on P2, because if you see how it's angled, you're on the outside, and Mad G going deep into his grid box, and this is going to give Dom a huge push off the line, as he's a lot closer now. He's a lot closer to the inside corner on the right there. Vicar lining up in P3 cleanly. John Mobes following suit in P4. He just gets it perfection. And it's going to be in SFR. 5 lights are on. That was a weird angle of it, and there's a lot of drive-throughs at the back. Billy G is one of them, and it's green in Canada. It's a good start for Dom. On the inside, he's already making contact, rubbing wheels into turn 1. They go very deep for Dom there, but he keeps it clean as they're all moving through cleanly so far. A couple on the grass. It looks like one of the V-carbs. It's going to be Dylan Vince dropping a couple positions on those mediums. Alex Haig to P10 though. John Mobes dropping as well. Preb round is outside, and Wakey Joe along with that. Alex Haig and Billy G up to P11 already, but he has got that drive-through along with that. Silver Fox and Redoubt battling away, and there's contact at the back between a Williams and a Haas, and the contact between the two Hasses as well alongside that. As they go to the back, it's Mad G who still leads them. However, at the end of this opening lap, by the looks of it, Still got a long straight and hairpin to go though. And it'll come through. And Mad G is going to still lead them through the hairpin. Vicar P3, P4, 6 for John Mobes after a poor start. James Wood 8th, 9th for Dylan Vince, Alex Haig there, and Billy G in P11 after a great opening lap. He will have to serve a drive-through penalty after jumping the start with redoubts. And I know how easy it is to do that, as I've done it many times myself. Because all it takes is a car to jump. Well, all it takes is one person to jump, and everybody else will jump with them. Because you see one car going, your mind goes, oh, he's moving. As Dom looking up the inside there into turn 3. No avenue for attack for that Mercedes so far. It's a Mercedes versus Red Bull, like the 2021 season. Didn't have Canada in 2021, of course, but Dom looking up the inside already. He's got the DRS in Mad G, and he's underneath a second. He's about 5/10 under a second. He's good distance away, or good within that 1 second. He's got a good run at him into that chicane now, into the Wall of Champions chicane. 13 and 14. It's a risky move to go for it. Will he indeed go for it, or will he just sit and wait for turn 1? It's a very short run. You need to nail the final 2 corners though. He needs to nail this exit of the hairpin first, and he's going to get the run possibly on Mad G. He's going to go for it up the inside, and he's going to take it by a mile into turn number 14, and he'll lead us into lap 3. Doran up to P4 as well. Preb looking at that Aston Martin's diffuser and looking like he wants to get past it very, very quickly. Mad G right on the back of Dom, however, who sets the fastest lap of the race, 13.3 for now. Vicar is in a bit of a train with Doran behind, Preb along with that, and John Mobes too. However, it's not really a consequence of serving a drive-through on lap 1. Everyone's a bit more bunched up, so the braking earlier. People are a lot slower on those opening laps in general. So Billy G still has a good chance at pulling back some ground in this opening stint. So under the bridge they go. They'll pop out, and it'll be Doran behind, a little wide there for Preb, who may be getting looked at by John Mobes, and John Mobes is having a look up the inside into the hairpin. He's going to look up that inside, and locking up the inside there was Doran, who goes deeper slightly, which may give him a better exit on the Ferrari. Doesn't look like he's going to have it into the hairpin. Never mind, he's absolutely going to have it into that final corner, and the Vicar may drop 2 positions here as Preb is looking very, very quick with the DRS. It's a double dose around here, of course. 2 for the price of 1. Wakey right on the back of that Ferrari that was going to look up the inside. A lot quicker on the straight there, but no, he's not going to go for it. He's not going to get the move, or at least have a little look up that inside. Doran seems to have a lot of pace. Dom has taken the lead and has kind of kept Mad G at bay. Fastest lap of the race goes to Billy G now. James E. Killer picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. And this is going to be similar to Qatar. It's just going to be whoever can keep it on the track within those white lines will eventually win this race, as it is just so hard to stay within the white lines here. It's so easy to cut a little bit of the chicane. You can see right there, very easy to go wide through some of these corners. They're so high speed, you just can't really get it so precise on some laps. Doran locking up again into that hairpin, and he seems to be doing that quite often. Keeps it going in this race. Preb, however, has a lot of straight line speed over that Ferrari. Will he look up the inside of that Ferrari? He's not going to. He's got one Ferrari in his rear view mirror, and into the chicane they go. Needs a good exit, does Preb, and he looks to have gotten it on Vicar. Didn't seem to have it though. Didn't seem to have enough of a run on him. Seemed to have a run, not enough. Preb now looking for it to move up into P4. He's going to have to use those mediums as much as he can before the hards start coming in and start performing better than them. And that'll be soon enough. I predict about lap 10 we'll see him start to fall. We'll see Dylan Vince and Alex Haig fall too. Those two are looking like they're going to have a battle as well behind there. They may go for an overtake. Down into the chicane. Dom picking up a 3-second time penalty. And it's going to be underneath the bridge. We've seen one car pop out, and it's going to be the Alpine pop out first. and the V-carb pops out behind it. Silver Fox just pulling along. Billy G outside, now in P14. He really needs a safety car in this race to get any way back into it. He would love a safety car in his pit window, especially being on those mediums. And now finally going to Dom, picking up, of course, has picked up the 3-second time penalty already, but still a long way to go. Can he keep it clean? Wakey Joe gets past as there's a car in the grass that looked like the Ferrari, and that's because it was of John Mobes. It'll be interesting to see what did happen there to him. How did he end up on the grass in that position down the straight? Was there possible contact between the two? As James C. Killer will be wanting to have a look up the inside there, but just did not have that pace there to get it. But a safety car would also help Doran in this race, as Dom picks up a second 3-second time penalty now, and he moves to 6 seconds on the race and 6 laps, so he's averaging a warning per lap at this rate, and that is certainly not what you want to be having. He'll have 35 warnings, and that'll be, well, I'm not even going to do the calculations on that one, because that will be a very hefty penalty for the Mercedes. And Mad G putting the right amount of pressure on to force these mistakes out of Dom for now. The Mercedes is right there in front of him now. It's going to cause a lot of dirty air. It's not going to help Mad G's tyres, as he lifts off a little earlier as he's disconnected from the session. And that is really not going to help Mad G. And we're just going to send him a quick invite over, just to get him back in. And that is a complete unlucky moment there. Chasing for the lead, has a chance to take the lead away. He has got, there's yellow flags in sector 1. That looks to be James in the V-carb. So operator has to give the position back. Mad G's back in the session. He will keep P2 by the time he's back in, but he will have his dad right on his back and with DRS on him. And Dom may be looking to escape now, and this is a battle for the lead at this point due to those penalties behind. And where does Mad G come out in all of this? He's got a lot of DRS saved up, however. G's back. He's 2.5 seconds off. Does he let him go? He's going to take a very defensive line into the chicane. It's going to cause a back up and a bit of a traffic jam at the back. But Wakey Joe on touching the back of Preb there. As they all head into turn 1 and all into turn 2 as well, cleanly. And now this is going to be interesting one for the battle for the win. With Dom on no penalties, with those penalties, he's got 3 seconds to pull out though to keep it ahead and pick up his second win in the SFR season. Of course, he's had a lot of pace this season, just hasn't managed to keep it within those all 4 of those tyres on the white line in the track, and it has cost him a lot of the time. Wakey Joe picks up another position to P5. Nate Creed has now got a penalty as there's a yellow flag that looks to be Silver Fox dropping down the order, and he is dropping like a fly. Smooth operator picking up another illegal overtake position as Billy G passes up into P10 now. He's got 11.2 seconds to that next nearest of Alex Haig, who's still fighting with Dylan Vinters. There's overtaken at the front. It's going to be Mad G overtaken by 1. Will he be overtaken by 2 into the final corners? No, he's not. Doran's still sticking behind. He can take a bit a wider entry. He's kind of hampering his exit a lot of the time. We'll see if he does pick up on that, and that'll be an interesting one to see. As we reach lap, we're on lap 9 at the minute. We're just about a fifth into the race. We're about a quarter in so far of this race, and it is interesting. John Mobes now getting past Preb, who makes a mistake along with his teammate in the exact same position as his teammates, and all the mediums are all together on track at the minute. As they're all in a line of 4 for P7 to P10. However, they're Obviously not in the same positions, not in the same area as each other. Some are a bit further off. Speaking of a bit further off, John Mobes has kind of fell off of that DRS of Wakey Joe, who's starting to leave Doran and Vicar themselves. There's Mad G looking to get past the Vicar to take home P2, and it will be eventually P1. He'll be taken with the penalties, and they're all pulling back into Dom as well, who's just heading into turn 1. You could just see that car glide it round. You'll see another shot of him soon, and you'll see him just come round now. You can see the cars in the background. The Mercedes is very close though. James picking up a 3-second time penalty now. And Billy G and Dylan, not Billy G and Dylan, Dylan and Alex Haig are fighting there. Actually, it was a spin for Alex Haig, which lost him positions. P9 he is now, as he's now going to have to work his way back up, and those mediums aren't going to be the easiest. As I'm just making sure I'm ahead, as John Mobes has picked up his first of the session as well. Doran, Mad G and Vicar are the interesting ones to not have one so far along with it. Just heading down the back straight, they all go. It looks like there's a pull out there for Pred maybe. He looks like he was going very, very wide through Sutton. There's John Mobes back into the DRS, Wakey back into the DRS as well. He's looking to make up places, but making all places is going to be torn into turn 1 now. Pulls back just a bit, making sure he does stay in the lead. Stay in P4 for now, sorry. As that was Doran making a mistake there, and there's a safety car actually. And that is interesting. Who was it? It was James. And where has James DNF'd on the track? He's next to a Haas at the minute. It was there by the looks of it. As they all come out the pits, and now this is perfect for Billy G and those on the mediums. They're really struggling. And the safety car, of course, coming out. That is really going to be interesting to see what does happen. Dom stays out, Vicar stays out, and all of these on the hards are going to stay out, apart from Wakey Joe, who's going to pick up a drive through, and that is taking him out of contention, and that is going to take him well out of it. Billy G is going to pit. Wakey Joe's onto the softs, Preb onto the hards, Billy G into the pits as well now. Very early onto the limiter was the Aston Martin, which of course you do expect as he comes in. It's going to be, for him, it's going to be a set of hard tyres. He's going to drop behind a couple of cars though, and this, like Japan, is perfect for the mediums, and it's really going to help Billy G, who could be doing a last to first or race here. His teammate in P4, but Dom in P1. He had control of the race by about 2 seconds when it came out. James C. Killett crashing off in the turn 3, or the exit of turn 3. Very easy to do. I did it in the qualifying session, not in the qualifying session, in the practice sessions. A couple of drivers also did it in the practice. It's very easy to just lose grip, and it's how I lost the race win. It's how a couple of drivers have lost a race win in the past around here, especially on that 2022 game. Very, very poor. And very, very unlucky as well. As we just lead in now, Tom is under the safety car with the lead, but a 6-second time penalty. If you're just joining us, he's picked up 2-3 seconds for leaving the track. Well, 6 times all told. The Vicar is in P2. He's looking to extend, well, take the championship lead and then extend it a bit more. Mad G, P3, is looking for his first podium in Division 4. P4 is Doran, looking to extend on that form last week after a good result and a good win, which brought him within a single win of the leaders. But I don't think he's going to gain much unless he gets past Vicker tonight. John Mobes, P5, is the last of our hard runners that stayed out, along with Operator and Nightcreed, but those on the mediums at the back as well. That's an interesting one to see. Billy G on the hards, of course. They seem like they're dropping off a bit. Maybe safety car in this lap, if that 2 Haas at the back can catch up. It's a Herder Haas at the back. As we come through, it's not going to be safety car in this lap unless it's a very, very late call. We've seen a lot of them in the history of SFR, and it is a late call. And now it's interesting to see. It's not as late as some. We've seen some right at the very, very last corner. I'm thinking Hungary is one of them. As we come through, safety car lights are off. Safety car is in. It's going to be Dom to lead them away down the main straight. He'll cross it in P1. Well, he should be crossing it in P1. They're free to go from any point now if he chose to. He's probably going to go out to that final corner. And out the final corner he goes, and there we go. He's got the run. Not the run on the Vicker. The Vicker is seemingly sticking with him. The Mad G is the person who's stuck a bit behind Billy G through that final corner, struggling with a 3-second time penalty straight away on those hards. He's going to have to get past. Very, very quick though. As Mad G in the Red Bull seemingly struggling off the start there. Wakey up the inside already. Yellow flags at the back. Looks like it's Billy G with damage to his front wing as well. And it's going to have to be a pit stop for him, as there's damage to Nightcreed along with that. And he's going to have to pit off of those hards he's just put on at the start of the safety car. And now that is going to really affect him in this race. Dom and Vicker already out that 1 second gap. And by the looks of it, it's all gone wrong for Billy G this race. After a 16th in qualifying, it's looking like it's going to be a 14th in the race along with that. Barring any more DNFs, or barring any safety cars along with that. Because he has to pit again with front wing damage. Depends how late he pits. Wakey Joe on those softs already into the pit lane, and he's went very quick into that pit lane. But he does keep it clean, no penalty there. DRS enabled for the Vicker. And for everybody else, within a second of another car, they have another chance to get past even quicker. It's going to be Doran who's going to try and just stay in it of Mad G for now. Can he stay in the DRS for him? 2 Brits are fighting on the track. It's all Brit top 4 at the minute, all Brit top 5 actually, as it's all coming through. Under the bridge they go, John Mobes and Preb on the back of John Mobes. He's going to have the run of him into the chicane. He's going to into the hairpin, sorry. He's being forced to the outside by the Ferrari. It's going to be a slight inside curve, but coming across and making sure he doesn't get past him is John Mobes, and that was clean all racing overall. As Wakey, as Dom is overtaken into the final chicane, and he goes over to the curb again, and he may have picked up a penalty or another one for that one. Doran is now all over the back of Mad G. As Mad G is still just trying to get back into that DRS of Dom and his dad just in front. Dom looking for another podium in SFR. He has won already this season. His yellow flags once again low down on the grid. Wakey Joe 19 seconds off. Billy G is. He may be able to get him. He will have to pit again, possibly. Both of them may have to pit again in this race. Who pits first is the question, though. As operator is on the 3-second time penalty there. That's interesting. An interesting one, at the very least. The Vicar is going to lead them still. Jay and Doran, and there goes Dom again. 9 it is now. And, still no overtaken from Doran. He has a look there at the Red Bull. Just couldn't get it done. Preb's sitting behind John, under pressure from Dylan along with it. As he seems to as he seems to be dropping a little bit in this race. And what was another high up grid position. It's going to turn into still a decent haul of points for the team as well. Looking for the Drivers' Championship, 12.005, and that is a new lap record, or what would be a real life lap record around here. As Preb is looking good for a podium. As someone did point out, looking good for, at the minute, it'll be P4. There's just a little bit of contact on the exit there, as it all checked up. And it all kind of bottlenecked at the last. Comes through, he's going to take it, is Doran. He's got the P3 now, P5 for Preb, as he's looking to, he's getting close to that podium. All he has to do for now, John Moe's picking up a 3-second time penalty. Along with that, that's his 6th, that's 6 seconds, sorry, 6th one of the race. 6 seconds in the race now. As we reach halfway distance at the end of this lap, it's looking like it's going to be Mad G coming up for it. Turn 8 not there for the Red Bull. Doran just keeping on going. Keeping P3 for now. He's going to have to pull in a bit more on Dom and Vicar, but those two are just pushing as hard as they can. Another lock up on those hards for Doran. He's going to be running over halfway in this race. It is really a question of who pits first. Dom's into the lead again. Matt G takes the podium position back. Preb is going to have a look at it out the final corner. He may get the P4 here, which would of course make it P1 as Vicar and Dom still fighting away. Preb not close enough in that McLaren. Dylan Vince not close enough to the McLaren himself to have a little look. Alex Haig looking to go back into the DRS and push up a bit higher. He's on the fresher hards, and at the minute it could actually be Preb on for the win based on the current strategy. As his contact, Doran slightly spins it and he loses the rears, as it's going to be the Ferrari of John Moe just looking up the inside of Dylan Vince. He's got less and less grip compared to it though, and it's going to be underneath the bridge. There's contact again. Doran goes off the track, and Doran will come out in P7 now. He's going to drop to P8 possibly. By the end of it, he will drop to P8. It's going to be into the hairpin. Up the inside goes Alex Hagan. He gets that move done. Dylan Vince and Preb still fighting along with it. There was contact between the two. Ghosted is the McLaren. He's going to take home P4 for now. Look at the gap they've dropped off of Mad G. Those 3 seconds straight away, Dom. And the Vicar still fighting through the final corner. And OWR Preb is dropped a bit there, and Dylan Vince now in prime position for a race win once again in SFR. Doran round the outside of Alex Haig, round the outside of Preb. Nice move from the Aston Martin. Just managed to pick that up at the last. Preb early on the brakes to defend from his OWR teammate Alex Haig. The two Norwegians, I believe. Pretty sure Alex is Norwegian. If I am offending them, I do apologise for that. They're not like the TNR I know are Norwegian. Wakey Joe into the pit lane for the mediums. 15 laps, 16 laps it'll be for him. as Durham gets back into the DRS of John. He's going to help him defend from the OWR behind. Dylan Vince is going to look to extend that gap in front though. He may have a bit of a case for a race win here, as Mad G starting to pull in on Dom. Dom and Vicar, well, those two are still fighting. And there's contact as Dom goes into the pit lane. And Dom pits on the hards. That was interesting, and now it's the two. Two SFR, well, the Vicar and Mad G. Those two are fighting. 2.6 seconds on track at the minute. It'll be for him. There's yellow flags at the last corner. It looks like it's readout possibly. That is because it was readout. And this would be a horrible time for a safety car for any of the OWR boys. Or any of those boys in the top 5 who are on a 9 lap holds since that safety car. And it's going to be, there we go, yeah, Preb picks up a penalty on those hards. Speaking of, he had a good chance for the win. He still has a good chance for the win. 3 seconds is the gap in front though, however. He's going to have to get past Doran quick. He's going to have to let's see if he can stay ahead of Alex Haig as well. He's going to look around the outside into the hair, and he's not going to get that opportunity to go for it. He's going to go for a switchback possibly on Doran. He's not going to get it. As there we go, into the pits goes John, who's going to take there, and Preb's sloppy out that final corner. Alex Haig takes P5 and commentator's case. He looks good for a win. He's down to P3 on track at the minute due to pit stops when they do cycle back up. It's interesting to see how far Dom is from Dylan. When Dylan does take the lead, Dylan's taking P3. Well, P2, sorry. And the shorter run of this pit lane will aid them, of course. You skip out a key braking zone twice, and you skip out a hairpin. And it'll be interesting to see who does take the race win. Offset strategies, always an interesting race. 10 lap newer mediums compared to those hards. Wide for Alex Haig, though. He comes back on the track, and you can see that's why they ghost. They go deep, they slow down too much, and that is why they ghost. Doran there, still 21 laps. Mad G and the Vicar is into the pits. Mad G into the pits, and Dylan Vince is released into the lead of the race. It's his first time he's led since Japan. Only 2 races ago he won in Division 4. He's got Alex Haig chasing him down. He's got Preb chasing him down along with it. And Silver Fox. It's an OWR 2, 3, 4 at the minute. The 2 McLarens in 3 and 4. And those 2 are going to have to chase down Dylan. Those 3 are going to chase down Dylan. But can Dom... Well, does Dom get held up by Silver Fox? And you can see the gap. Dom has just pulled 2 laps newer on those mediums. But he's going to have to pull it. It's going to be pulled right back by the Vicar with those tyre offsets that he does have. There's Dom coming through now. He's P5. He's 5 seconds off with 13 laps to go. He's overall, see how far he is off the lead. 14 seconds for the Vicar. Not only has he got to catch Dylan Vince, he's got to catch Silver Fox, he's got to catch Dom, he's got to catch Alex Haig and Preb, who are still fighting down the straight as well. And into the final chicane they go. Any of those picking up a penalty could cost them the race. Dylan Vince could cost him, with the Vicar still without a penalty in this race. And Mad G without a penalty as well, only 2 seconds behind him. Both of them pit on the exact same lap. Doran without a penalty too. He's got John Mopes to bypass though before he can get there. And Billy G not far behind his teammate, but he will be relinquishing the championship lead for now. As things stand, he will relinquish that championship lead to the man in P6. As we'll just see if that gap does drop. 3 seconds at the minute as we come through the turn 8 and 9 chicane. As Al-Qaid down the straight, he's going to come. Night Creed pick up a 3-second time down in P15. Haven't spoken much or touched on him much at all. He made contact with Billy G earlier in the race, however, after the safety car restart, which is why Billy G is so low. He was on for a win, or at least a top 4 if things panned out his way. He kept out of incidents, but he just couldn't do it. He jumped the start. Then the safety car came out. Smooth operator from Redout's having a nice little battle down the back straight as well, with the DRS, of course, opening them. Only DNF of the race. 9 laps in it was James Z. Killer. And it's still... Dom is now closing in rapidly on Dylan Vince, as Preb is closing in quite quickly as well. Preb could be on for a win. Alex Haig could be on for a win, as those two are chasing down our current leader in Dylan Vince. The V-Carb looking for his 2nd win of the season. Preb and Alex looking for their 1st of the season along with it. But Dom chasing them down, the Vicar chasing them down. Not far back, it was 14 seconds a couple laps ago, it's now 9. He's gained 5 seconds very, very quickly. Has the Vicar, and we'll count it towards the end of this lap, and we'll count it. Lap 26 to 27. Brass Monkey's 3-second time penalty, P12. And we'll just see them continuously happening on this with the nature of the track being it's very tight. Kind of like I'm pretty sure it is a street circuit by technicality. Dom gets past Silver Foxes. Silver Foxes spun in the infield through turn 3 or turn 2 into the turn 3 as he's sliding again as John Mobes passes him. He's got Doran behind him, not too far as well. And now Dom has 1 less car to clear. The Vicar has 1 less car to clear. This is going to get a lot more tasty at the end of this race now. The tyre offset and a lot of cars coming through. Preb still closing in. He's got that middle sector gain over Dylan Vince, but Dylan Vince looks to have a bit more straight line speed. We'll see if he pulls out in the final sector. He does seemingly pull out a lot more. About 2 tenths, and that is down to lower downforce, of course. With again, it's more how the circuit is. It's very narrow, very, very flat out, with very technical parts with those chicanes. And it is very, very, very well driven by Dylan Vince to stay in the white lines around the track, as he well, it's extremely hard to stay in the white lines, especially with lower downforce compared to others. And in the dirty air, which he may be very soon in dirty air of Preb or Alex, depends how much he can gain. DRS is worth a lot around here. You may see Dom start picking up through the background there. He does just pop round of the into turn 10. And it's interesting note. Let's see, where does everyone else keep piling out? That was the final corner. 14. Well, 8 laps to go. 7 laps to go. Sorry, in this race. Dylan Vince under pressure from OWR Preb. Alex Haig putting pressure on 2. He's on for a P2 at the minute, as Dom is under pressure from the Vicar, and that could be a very tasty battle indeed. And this is turning into a exact carbon copy of Japan, but with the shorter nature of the pit lane. Like I keep saying, it's completely helped those runners on the hards this time. It would have been an interesting finish to the race anyway. With those just there's Haig, oof, nearly into the back of his teammate, his OWR teammate, sorry. Not a teammate in the league, of course, his teammate. Well, he doesn't have a teammate at the minute. Preb's teammate is Silver Fox, P16. P9, sorry, P9, 16 laps on the hards themselves. A lot of data mix up there. Preb takes the lead of the race. As the Vicar is going to take home P4. Not yet. He's got P4 in terms of penalties. He's going to have P4 on track though. He needs to have P4 on track to have a chance at winning. 6 to go and a lot quicker. All those mediums, it turns out there. 3 seconds is the gap to those in front. Alex Haig and Dylan. It's interesting to see who will come out on top between those two. Dom's still pulling in. 9 laps. Well, 9 seconds of penalties. 9 laps newer tyres. And that is the interesting one. Billy G onto the softs. He's going to go for fastest lap. We still do award the fastest lap point in SFR, I'm pretty sure, on that one. So he'll get an extra point in this race if he picks it up, and every point counts. He will possibly get back into where he was anyway. Come when it comes to it. There's the Vicar. He's just coming to the line now. Just looking around the outside. He's not going to get it around the outside of Dom. See, does Dom relent? Into turn 1, we'll see now. It's going to be into turn 1. The Vicar's going to have to go up the inside. He's not going to go for it. He's not going to go. He's not going to take P1 for now. P3. P4 for now. Oh my god. I'm getting my words all mixed up now. 6 to go around Canada. Not long left in the track race. About 7-ish minutes. Dom picks up another 3 seconds. 12 seconds worth of penalties now. He's going to open up Matt G to have a look at him as well. Along with that, through turn 7, turn 8 they go. And it's whoever is in the lead of these two cars when they catch the pack. That is key in this race, and it's going to be whoever leads at the end of this lap out of these two. Dom uses some ERS at the exit. Uses the DRS. Uses that slipstream. Preb takes P2 back. Well, Dylan Vince takes the lead back. But Dom is going to have to take it into turn 1 if he has a chance at getting and holding up the Vicar and possibly giving Dylan Vince a second win. Preb a first win, or Alex Haig a first win too. So he's now going to have to get past 3 cars for the win. And he's got the podium in the bag. Dylan Vince picking up the 3 second time, and he's going to get P2 spinning Dom, and he kept it out the wall. Kept it out the wall. And that is a good save for the Mercedes. He's down to P6, however. And now this is interesting. Dylan Vince picked up the 3 second time penalty. Alex Haig, that is for the win. Alex Haig versus Vicar. 9 laps is the gap between those tyres. 11 laps, sorry. Is the gap between those tyres. There's yellow flags in sector 1. The chat is blocking it at the minute. Who it is? It's Brass Monkeys. He's kept it going. No safety car yet. And that would have just thrown another spanner in the works for these drivers here. Alex Haig is looking to get past 33 wide down the straight. And Preb takes the lead of the race. Dylan Vince and Alex Haig still fighting along with that. And it's going to open up Dylan Vince to the Vicar into turn 1. He's going to have to go up the inside, and he's going to take it up the inside. He's going to cannon into the inside of contact, and there goes the Vicar round. Dylan Vince may have made contact, and he has lost front wing. He's lost part of his front wing on the V-carb, and that is a poor end for the Vicar, for Dylan Vince. It's not going to be the end of his race. There's still 4 to go, but it's a 3 second time penalty plus damage to that front wing, and that is painful. Could have been a podium. Probably would have been a podium for him. Now it stands at Alex Haig and Preb to still keep this win. Mediums, of course, dropped off about lap 9 or 10, as someone did actually point out in the chat there, but those hards will be falling off themselves. And along with that, not only will they be falling off, He's on a lighter fuel load, so they're not going to be as worn as the ones at the start of the race. Matt G gets past Dylan Vince now. 4P4, he looked dead set for a win about 10 laps ago. And it just didn't come together for him in this race. He gets back past into turn 1, however. It's a nice little battle between those two. Through turn 2 and turn 3, the kink now. But it's all eyes onto this front battle. 3 laps to go. Short run. About 3 minutes left in this race. And this is the longest 3 minutes of Alex Haig's life. He's pushing him around the circuit. Will he have a look up the inside? No, he doesn't have the exit to have a look at him. But he's going to have the exit down the straight. Does he have the speed down the straight? Preb is extremely helpful here to his teammate, to his OWR teammate. 2 OWR boys going in helpful of each other, and it looks like a better exit for the Vicar though. He's gained 2 tenths straight away. If he doesn't get it this lap, he's still got 2 to go, and it's going to be into the final corner. Preb takes the defensive line, takes the outside line. He takes P2 back as Alex Haig gets a poor exit. The 2 are going to be blocking for each other. The Vickers will have a look at Alex Haig now. No, he's not going to go for it. Up the inside as Matt G disconnects again from the session. Now that is only 2 laps to go. If he can get back in, he can still salvage P4, which would be his highest result in SFR since his return to Division 4, if I'm not wrong in stating that. As Matt G does join back, he's going to come out just about half a second there. Preb goes round. Preb's in the wall. He gets it going again, and now that is completely left Alex Haig all alone at the front of this race with a lap to go. He's had double the time on those tyres as the Vicar. 22 laps to the 11 of the Vickers. Now the Vicar has a look at it. Out the corner, he gets a very poor launch, but can he recover it? He's got the DRS and he's going to absolutely recover it. He's going to recover it right down the straight, and into the lead goes the Vicar, and into the lead of the championship he will go for now. Still a lap to go. As we enter the final lap, the Vicar will take the line, and what would be the white flag, and he's going to take it. What can he do? In this last lap, he's already pulled out a decent gap. And if he can get out that DRS, that has more or less secured the win, and that is the win. Barring any penalty for the Vicar now, he just needs to keep it within the white lines. What can Alex Haig pull out in this final part of the race now? Just does not have the grip on that Ferrari. The Ferrari's pulled out 1.1 already through that first 2 sectors alone. That's coming out there. He's not going to have enough, or is he? He's not, just not enough for Alex, and he's not going to get the double DRS to the line, and it's going to be the Vicar coming down. He didn't lead at all in this race. He led earlier on in the race, Dom along with him led, but when they both pit, he came out, and it took him to lap 34 to regain that lead, and it's took him a couple races since Brazil. It's been 3 races since he last led the championship, and he's going to retake the championship lead. The Vicar takes the checkered flag first. Alex Haig will take home P2. It'll be Matt G on the podium in P3. Dylan Vince is going to be P4. Doran is going to be P5. Preb is P6. Dom P7. John Mobes in P8. Silver Fox is going to come home in P9. P10 is going to be Wakey Joe out this final corner now. And we'll base it off penalties, actually. He won't be P10, it'll be Billy G coming home in P10. Just about. If I'm not wrong in stating it, will be just. Yes, just takes home P10. And Smooth Operator takes home P11. And Readouts P13. Oh, P12 for Readout, sorry. P13 for Wakey Joe, P14 for Brass Monkeys, P15 for Night Creed in the Williams, and it's the Vicar who wins once again in SFR, his 5th on the season. He pulls out a big gap due to that now. And that is it from Division 4. We return next week in... I'll grab that for us now. Should have had this prepared. As we return next week in Division 4 in Miami. It's a USA doubleheader in the next 2 weeks. It is Miami next week, Vegas the week after. And then we are finishing off the season in Netherlands and Britain. And it's a Brit on top for now. And he takes the win in SFR. Division 4 still ongoing. Division 3 still ongoing, of course. Go check out that stream. Tiger Booker is the commentator tonight. And that is it from me tonight. Rogue Smithy, thank you for watching, of course. We'll be back next week in Miami. And of course we'll be there the week after. And the week after we'll have all racing in Division 4. Of course, Discord is on. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, and we're on a couple other apps as well. So make sure you follow us and join the Discord and get racing with us as well. Thank you for watching. That it will be all from Division 4.